This is Ron Klopfenstein, and you're in the hot seat on Media Monday. Hey everyone, I'm Ron Klopfenstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. We want to welcome everyone who's streaming the video of this broadcast on Facebook Live, as well as our audio streaming audience at 955theheat.com and on the TuneIn app, as well as those of you listening on our broadcast at 95.5 FM. Today, we have a full house. We're going to be talking to Pete Colter. He's the author of The Endless Fall, and Aaron Woodman, who's been producing videos for the Oneida County NAACP. We're also going to go to Utica Creative Reuse to check out their Stone Soup Community Art Project. But first, Tina Parzych and Ashley Pace from the Pride of Westmoreland Marching Bands, totally rad. 80s Prom Gone Bad are here. So this totally rad 80s Prom Gone Bad, what a great idea for a murder mystery fundraiser. How did you come up with this?
That tubular idea was all Ashley. We were looking for a great way to raise money for the marching band, our non-for-profit group through school. So our totally tubular idea came from Ashley on how to raise money for our marching band at Westmoreland. And she was coming up with all these amazing killer ideas and said, why don't we have a murder mystery? And then she put out all the themes, and since the two of us are born in the 80s, we're like, we gotta go 80s theme for sure.
So you were born in the 80s, so you didn't actually get to experience it like I did, living through the 80s, but now you are, and you're in costume. I love your costumes. That's amazing.
A sneak peek of our looks for that evening.
Yeah, so now are you guys going to be a victim, or are you a potential murderer? Don't want to give away the secret here, but so are you guys suspects?
We will definitely be playing a role, having fun. We might murder off a husband or two. We'll see if they're behave. But we're definitely going to have some roles for those who want to have a role. But friends who buy tickets, they don't have to have a role. They can just come and have a rad time eating some snacks and listening to some amazing music and doing raffles and 50-50s.
Yeah.
Oh, the music's going to be on point.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have dancing, and we'll have a costume contest.
That's what I wanted to ask you. So, like, I've been to one of these before, like where there was a murder, but you guys are doing a lot more. Like, you have the music and you have food and stuff. Tell me about this event.
So we've been planning like just complete submersion into the 80s. So we have decor, all of our decorations, 80 themes, and all of our prizes for those if they figure out who done it for the murder mystery, and those who win the contest for the costumes. So we've got some really awesome rad 80s themed goodies coming in, and even our food we're going to try an 80s
So what kind of food would you have for 80s?
Well, the immediate thing that came to my mind were bagel bites. I remember eating a lot of bagel bites when I was younger.
I think maybe combos too. Like that was a really big thing in the 80s. Maybe that's just when they first hit. But like, oh my God, there's so much good stuff. Now, if you live in Westmoreland, the marching band really is like the pride of Westmoreland. So maybe you could talk about that. Like the marching band is a really big deal for our town.
It is, and we go to Syracuse Dome every year to compete. And every week, we started last Saturday with our competitions, and it's kids who maybe do sports as well, but they just love music and they love putting on a show for others. So Mrs. Cutler, Kristen Cutler, is in charge of the band, and she has all of her volunteers that work with each section within the band, and we put on a community show at the beginning of the season in New Hartford, and then we have the homecoming where lots of parents and the community's there, and like they said, it's just the pride of the music department is the marching band, and the kids just love it, and it's full in Tuesday, Thursday
the town
rehearsals.
Loves it too, Ashley, how long have you been involved with this stuff?
Oh, this will be my third year with the marching band.
So you must have kids involved, right?
I do. I have a 9th grader, and next year my son will be joining the marching band as well. And so Tina and I are band moms together. And
how long have you been a band mom, Tina?
3 years. I've got a senior that's in it now, a freshman, and then I will also have a new 7th grader next year join. So we are in it to win it here for marching band.
And it's kind of fun for like you guys as the moms too, because it's like a social thing for the parents too. Like the other parents, you work in like all these activities and stuff, and
Yeah, we definitely have a group of Pride Pack moms that we've gotten really close with planning everything for fundraisers and events and doing the uniforms.
Wow.
So yeah, so it's really good for the moms to socialize and parents to get involved.
So I'm not sure how much research you guys have been doing into the 80s here, but I do have some questions I want to ask you.
Oh, man.
Now, I'm going to start with a really hard one.
Okay.
I almost feel like this question may be not really fair because neither of you are guys, but the best Christmas movie of all times came out in the 80s. What was the title?
It's going to be Die Hard.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you got it. Die Hard. Yes, it was a trick question too.
I know. I got you, Ron. I got you.
What was the setting? What was the tower where this took place? Do you remember what the plaza was called?
No.
The Blake Plaza.
All right, that's where my husband would come
That's a
in.
tricky
No,
one.
I know,
bet
I
you
don't
would
got
get
that one.
Yes. There was the Nagatomi Plaza.
Oh my goodness. All right, don't tell my husband I didn't remember
Here's
that
one
one.
that tricked me. Now we all know that a CD stands for compact disc because that was a big music thing in the 80s. I had a CD player. I'll never forget that. But I got this one wrong. Now, once you know the answer, you're going to feel like, oh, this is obvious. But what does VHS stand for? VHS. Like you think, of course, VCR. I know what that is. I know what video cassette recorder is. But VHS was the format. What does VHS stand for?
Video.
Video
the
in
V.
high.
Nope.
No.
The
Video
difference,
in
the big thing about
high.
VHS was that you could watch movies at home. So video, it was video home system.
Oh my
I
goodness,
never knew that.
right?
Like, I never wondered about that. Here's another tricky one. This Chinese toy was repopularized in the 80s. It was a Chinese toy. And it was kind of like a sport thing. It's something where, like, you stand in a circle. You
Hacky
have
sack?
one. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That was a Chinese toy. That was the 80s, though. That I remember. Here's one that got me too. So, what country do you think was the first country to build a Disneyland outside of the U.S. and outside the U.S. and it was the 80s?
I'm going Japan.
You're right.
Yeah,
you're
I'm
right.
a Disney freak, so.
I for some reason thought
Yeah.
it was France.
Oh no,
Oh my
Japan, absolutely.
So tell me about 80s music. What kind of music do you guys like from the 80s?
Oh, I'm a Metallica kid for sure, because
So
I'm
the heavy metal
just
stuff.
as old as Metallica, but
Yep.
I'm happy to do some Journey, some
Oh
AC/DC.
yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah, Little
yes.
Tears for Fears.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorites. How about
Yeah.
you, Ashley?
I like all that.
All that kind of 80s music?
Yeah, maybe some Police, Def Leppard.
Yes, I kind of like the dance stuff. Like I like Tina Turner. I liked. There was a time of Friday night videos. Now, where I lived in Westmoreland, we had no MTV. Like actually on East Carter Road, where I lived, we did not have cable. This was in Westmoreland too.
Oh
Like,
my
we did
goodness.
not have cable until about like 2010.
Seriously?
Yeah,
That's
because
mind-blowing.
like the thruway's on one side and the other side's like all farmland and stuff.
Yeah.
So I did not have MTV as a kid. I did not have cable until I was like,
No TRL for you? I'm
no.
so sad, Ron.
Well, see, that would have been too like.
I know,
think
that was
would
a
have
little
been
bit
before.
newer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was after my time. I think the totally.
You
Yeah.
want your MTV.
Hey, I got a question for you, J-Easy over here. You're not on the mic, but you can shout out the answer. In the 80s, this person, she was the first female to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
First female to be inducted.
Yes. And she's someone who we would play. She's someone who we would play at this station here.
Listen to Aretha Franklin.
It was. It was Rock and Roll
good
Hall of
job.
Fame. No, there you go. Freeway of
cheated.
Love. Now, do you want a
No way.
super hard trivia question that nobody could ever possibly get? Jay-Z, I'll see if you can get to this one too. By the time Cheers, so do you know what Cheers was? The
Yeah,
TV
no
show
worm.
Cheers? We all
Everybody
know
knows
Cheers.
your name.
Well, do you know who Carla was?
Yes,
Yes.
yep.
By the time Cheers went off the air, how many children did Carla have?
I don't know. I read that.
I'll give you some choices here. Did she have one? I mean, almost not that. Did she have 7? Did she have 8? Or did she have 10?
See, I was thinking 11, so I'm going high. I'm going 10.
It was actually 8. She had
Oh,
8 kids
man.
by the time Cheers went
was gonna say.
off the air. Now I'm going to ask you some words here. So now I know that you want, now your event here, do you want your event to be cranking or not? So would a cranking event be a good event or a bad event? So this event here, this 80s, this totally rad 80s prom gone bad, are you aiming for cranking or not cranking?
I think if it's not cranking, I'm going to be bugging out, Ashley. I think we want cranking, right?
You will be. You want it to crank?
Yeah.
Yes. Now that's what I think we should bring back. I like that word, cranking, you know? And I don't remember that, but I like that. It's cranking, you know? All right, here's a really good one. If your high school homecoming, oh wait, no, that's what we just said. When you bring your billies to the mall, so we're going to the mall, it's the 80s here, so we gotta buy our stuff at the mall. What are you gonna bring? So you bring your billies to the mall, are you gonna bring stuff to return? Are you bringing your boyfriends? Or are you bringing cash?
Sounds like cash.
But I was thinking boyfriend, so, oh man.
Well, your boyfriend better have the cash.
Right, exactly.
Well, that covers, it's cash, yeah.
It is cash.
It must be
Good
the
job.
bills, you know, the bills,
Right,
the
bring those
billies.
bills.
That is one, I never heard of that. The word cash, cas, like casual, that comes from the 80s too. I didn't know that. Here's another one. And this is, maybe you would know this one. If you call someone's outfit beige, so at this event, you're having this event, if someone calls your outfit beige, so is that a compliment or an insult? Does that mean that your outfit is a brown color? Like that could, maybe what you're wearing there, Ashley, that maybe could be beige. But if someone says it's beige, does it mean it's brown color? Does it mean it's boring? Or does it mean you look great?
I think it's the opposite of my outfit right now. I think beige is awful, and Ashley and I are the opposite of beige.
Totally
Ashley's not
lame.
really beige. I
Yeah.
mean, she has that brown, but it's shiny, sheen, that's 80s here. Hey, Lily's here.
I'm so sorry, I was caught in traffic.
Well, that's okay. Lily's our associate producer, and she's a senior this at Lemoyne. So she, yeah. So if someone's outfit is beige, it's dull, boring. So you do not want a beige outfit. If you want to be totally rad, let's get another trivia question here. Let's see if you know this one. Let me see. Oh, I like this one too. This is a TV one. If you call someone a Joni, like in the 80s, this is really hard. You call someone Joni. What are you saying about them? Are you saying that a Joni is a Joni somebody who would be out of touch? Is a Joni someone who is really hilarious? Or is a Joni someone that needs a new haircut?
Ooh.
What's a Joni? So at
I'm
this
going to say
prom,
someone hilarious, but I'm taking a really
you're gonna say
bad
someone
guess.
hilarious? Ashley, what's your answer there? We gotta lock in your answer. See if we have a match here.
What were the choices one more time?
So the choices are, so you're at this totally rad 80s prom, somebody calls you a Joni. Do they mean that you're someone who's out of touch? Do they mean that you're someone who's totally hilarious? Or do they mean that you need a new haircut?
I'm going without a touch.
You would be right.
Woohoo!
And
Nice
you know
job.
who that's named after? Joni Cunningham from the Happy Days.
Oh, okay.
Because she was like she was like the kid's sister type, and she was a little bit square. But you know, I wouldn't call somebody. I wouldn't call her out of touch. But that's where that comes from, though.
Good to know.
So tell me again about this event. So you have a few weeks to buy tickets still. You can buy tickets on Facebook. You're on Facebook. The Pride of Westmoreland.
Yep,
What
we've
is the
got a-
Pride of Westmoreland, first of all?
The Pride of Westmoreland is the marching band. It's the kids that represent the music departments playing the instruments at Westmoreland, and it's putting out there all those skills that these kids really work hard on to develop. And we do parades as well, so
Yeah.
we're looking for a way to build the general fund for the group to be able to go to all of these shows and take trips and such. So our fundraiser is going to be on October 3rd at the Clinton
VFW.
VFW from 7 to 10. So if you find the Pride of Westmoreland on Facebook, then
Yes,
it'll
and we'll
take you
put
right
links
to
to all
that
that
link.
stuff,
Yeah,
and-
it'll link
yep.
you right to the tickets. And we had a drawing for the rad prize that Ashley had bought of this neon Stanley for the
I love that.
first few people who bought
Yeah.
a ticket. Yeah, there was a raffle for that. So we've got a cash bar that we
Wow.
have going on, and some raffles and 50/50s.
We're also going to have a signature drink of the electric Smurf.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Yeah, Smurfs. So I bet that's going to be blue, right?
It is.
Electrically blue.
I love that.
Rob.
I love that. I love that. So, what is it like for your kids to be in band? You know, what effect does this have on kids? You know?
I mean, the dedication that I've seen my own kids and other students have for this, it just is a way for them to pour their emotions out into music and really build their confidence. And as Kristen Cutler would say, it really builds a family on that marching band field. And then you see each other in the hallway, and they've got people they might not necessarily be friends with outside of the marching band, so it gives them
all that team spirit.
Exactly, yeah. And that confidence is the number one thing. Like, it's something that they can shine in, and they work individually, but then as a team, as a group, to put together the show. Our show this year is called Mama Always Said, which is fantastic. Yes, it's amazing. I highly suggest you find the schedule for the marching band shows. Everyone's welcome to them.
And we'll be in Westmoreland for homecoming on October 11th.
So. Yeah.
Oh, nice. So what a fun way to raise money for a great cause here. Everybody loves the 80s, all the music and the food and the costumes. We've been talking to Tina Parzych and Ashley Pace from the Pride of Westmoreland Marching Band's Totally Rad 80s Prom Gone Bad, which will take place on Friday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. Tickets are available still. We'll have links to all that stuff. When we come back, we'll stop down to the Utica Creative Reuse to check on their Stone Soup Community Art Project. Then we'll talk to Aaron Woodman from the Oneida County NAACP about his videos, and Pete Colter from the author of The Endless Fall. I'm Ron Klopfenstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. I'll have more after the break. This is Ron Klopfenstein, and you're in the hot seat on Media Monday. Hey everyone, and welcome back to the hot seat on this Media Monday. Today we'll be talking to author Pete Colter, who wrote The Endless Fall, and Aaron Woodman, who's been making videos for the Oneida County NAACP. And comedian JWatch is here too. He dropped in, so we have a surprise visitor here. But first, our friends at Utica Creative Reuse are in the midst of a Stone Soup inspired Trash to Treasure community art project. Photojournalist Jim Hale and I stopped by, and we have this report. I'm Ron Klopfenstein at Utica Creative Reuse, where the community is coming together for a Stone Soup collaborative art project. I'm with Mark Anthony Palizzi, and you're the artist. And can you tell us about this? Why don't you walk us over here and show us what you're working on?
Certainly. So I'm currently working on a project with the Utica Creative Reuse, Stone Soup, where we've had community members come and bring objects that they have found either in their life, their home, or derelict on the side of the road. And we're working on kind of building these large installations and then unifying it with one color of paint.
So I'm with Michelle, and Michelle, you contributed something to this work about here. So what's got you so excited about this Stone Soup project?
I like that it's a collaboration of tons of different products. Things that may have been sent directly to the garbage for them or into recycling, but we can use it first for art. And I like the textures.
The textures too. So what is some of the stuff that you brought?
Okay, I brought a kid's toilet. See, it's not used, it's brand new. An old broken steamer pot.
Yeah.
A hot cooker or something it's called. I can't even remember now. Oh, my late mother's clock that I can't get to work again. And I've been hanging on to it, and I was like, somebody can use this for something. And now I found it. Mark said he's going to do something.
It's like humor.
Yes. That's why I had saved it. I was going to do something like in a flower bed or something. There was an attachment that came with the original toilet seat, but I just pulled that part off and kept it.
So let me ask you, what does art mean to you?
Art is a bunch of things to me. I like to be able to create art because it is good for stress and health and obviously creativity. I also like it that you can express something to someone else and it becomes communication between people.
Yeah. No, we just spoke to Michelle, and Michelle, she brought in the toilet seat, and she brought in her mother's clock.
Yeah.
She also brought some other stuff too. Like, how did you make this? Like, why did you make the selection for certain objects, and then how do you decide where to place them?
So with the certain objects, I love objects that have a narrative with them. So the fact that was her mother's clock that she's tried to fix, and she's had for her life for so long, it has a certain amount of life and power already associated with it. And I think that we all have just crap in the bottom of our corner of our closets and the corners of our rooms that have some type of sentimental reason that just don't work anymore. And I find this to be a really good way to send it off.
I'm with Sarah. She's the founder of Utica Creative Reuse. And, you know, I think like a found art object kind of really symbolizes, or, you know, is a good example of creative reuse to make something artistic.
Yeah, so we got funding from the New York State Pollution Prevention Institute to do a series of workshops over the last year. And this is kind of, we're reaching the end of that cycle. And all of those workshops and events were based off of how to prevent pollution. And since we are a creative reuse center, all of our stuff is geared around creative, you know, methods or different ways to reuse and repair things in a creative way.
What sort of thing, what do you want them to feel? What message do you want them to get? What do you want them to come away with?
I'd like people to be able to kind of come in and take their own sort of, their own spin on whatever they're doing. For me, I really love the idea that they'll be able to come in and it'll take them a while. With everything being one color, it sometimes takes a while to pick out individual items. And so it gives you something to sort of think, and you get to, you know, look at how design actually works.
The different things that make the composition here. What are some of the most unique things, or some of your favorite things, or what are some things that the objects you think are most evocative?
I for some reason really love this horse. It's been in my studio for a very long time, and I haven't been able to like do anything with it. So it's nice that this is kind of my donation to the community. That is my little studio horse for good luck.
Yep.
And then the fact that I don't think I've ever put one of these installations up, and I've done them in dozens of states for the last decade, and there's always a vacuum cleaner, and then somebody brought in a vacuum cleaner.
Interesting. So where is that? Well, I think I see a hose up there.
There's a small toy vacuum cleaner, and there's a big one that's, if you follow that hose, kind of in there. I think it's like the number one object that people get frustrated and buy new ones. Almost every time it's a belt or a filter that needs to get cleaned, and people are like, "I'm just done with this dirty thing," and they pitch them out. Yeah.
And they're never reused. I mean,
no, never. I mean, I will say my studio has one that I repaired at one point, so it's a little bit of life. But.
So it gives it another life in art. Well, what's the event you're going to have next week?
Yeah, so next week we're doing a gallery exhibition of found object artwork for all of the local artists that took the challenge to turn trash into artwork. And so they went out and started on Earth Day and had a big community cleanup, and we went out and had everyone pick up trash, and then just keep your eyes open for anything that looks interesting. Any kind of objects out there that you think you can reuse in an artwork. And so then they incorporate those found objects into art, and then we do a little show with that together, and just to kind of, you know, raise awareness about how to create more sustainable art and how to reuse items that you would maybe normally discard.
Now, how much more meaningful is art? Like when it is like a stone soup type thing, where people from the community participated, brought stuff in, can you contribute it?
I like that. I know some people on the list that I have brought some things down to. I want to know what pieces they brought. What did they find interesting?
So how does the whole idea, like the whole stone soup idea, the collective idea, the collaborative idea, how does that kind of mesh with like what your organization is really all about?
Yeah, our organization is really about kind of making sure that objects that people normally would discard get reused, and coming together as a community to do that together. It's really just kind of what comes around goes around sort of thing. You know, people come in, they donate stuff all the time, they bring stuff out, take it home with them. So it was really great to be able to do something where people could, you know, all contribute together to creating this, you know,
inspire some
physical representation.
Yes,
kind of
what it's all about here.
Way. Yeah.
What is your soup that you have here, that you made out of all this stuff?
I think at the end of the day, my soup is sort of a portrait of what Utica is. In the most basic way, I think we are what we waste.
The large sculpture and other works of art by members of the community will be on display here from September 12th until October 17th. And there'll be a Trash to Treasure Found Objects Art exhibition this Friday from 6 to 8. The Utica Creative Reuse on Ron Clough-side for 95.5 FM, The Heat. Utica Creative Reuse will hold their Trash to Treasure Found Object Art exhibition reception on this Friday, September 6th from 6 to 8 p.m. at their location on 734 Columbia Street in Utica. We're joined now by Aaron Woodman from the Oneida County NAACP and by comedian JWatch, who's here by mistake. The only person who's worse at scheduling maybe than me with the show, because like you thought you were on last week, but it was a repeat. I am so bad with numbers. Those last two guests that I had, I had them down for the 26th, and they were supposed to be here today for the 8th. So it's like I was a surprise with this show. Who's going to be here? But I'm so glad you guys are both here. So welcome to the show, Aaron. Tell us about these videos that you're making.
Yeah. So. I'm here on behalf of the NAACP Oneida County branch as the vice president, and we have last month launched our Facebook page, and we wanted to do that so that we can help promote the activities that the branch has been doing and stuff that we're going to be doing in the future too. So we made like a welcome post, and then we've been posting like flyers and, as you said, the videos on upcoming events. So the videos that you're talking about are the videos promoting our annual Freedom Fund dinner that's coming up on Sunday, November 2nd at 3 o'clock at the Irish Cultural Center. We posted a flyer about that.
Why don't you tell us about that?
Yeah, so we posted a flyer about that. It's pinned to our Facebook page as a featured post. So it lists out our keynote speaker, our 4 individual honorees and 2 community organization honorees there too. And we have an Eventbrite link that will direct people to, as I said, the Eventbrite to purchase tickets for it. We have an early bird price, which is going to last until October 1st. It's $70 for adults, $50 for youth. And we have an October 20th deadline for regular purchasing. That would be $55 for youth and $75 for adults here too. And that event is really not just a celebration of our branch, but also really celebrating our community and really celebrating the great work that all of us are doing and get a chance to just network with people here too. I mean, we have a lot of community members here doing great work, and we want to recognize that. What's
your theme this year?
It's going to be the fierce urgency of now.
Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah, fierce urgency of now. This is where we recognize that we see an issue going on and we want to be able to address that right now. Like, we have this urgency that this is happening here, and no matter like what happens here, as long as you put in the work to resolve it, then you're just showing that, hey, you're committed to being civically engaged, you're committed to building positive change in our community here. So that's really the point of the fierce urgency of now, is recognizing the urgency to change something in society, because we all want to have a good life here.
Yeah. Can you tell us about these videos that you've made?
Yeah, so the videos, we have Miss Freddie Hamilton, who's our president of the branch, and then another is Sonia Martinez, who's the chairwoman of the Freedom Fund Dinner Committee. And those are really to help promote the events, to really invite the community over to like say, hey, we would like to invite you to this event here. You can go to our Eventbrite here to purchase tickets and learn more information about it, and just emphasize, like, as we said, the fierce urgency of now, which is our theme, and also emphasize that we're here together to collaborate, we're here together to celebrate each other, and really, like I said, network with each other. It's really a networking event, and really an event to have all of us like have celebration.
Yeah. What's some of the work that you're doing with the NAACP other than the videos and the event? What is the NAACP? What does the NAACP do?
So it stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. And for those who don't know, this is also part of a national organization. Like, we have like a national organization, and then each state has their own like state conference. So here in New York State, we have our own New York State conference, and then in each part of New York State, like different parts of New York State, they have local branches here. So we, as the NAACP Oneida County branch, we are a local branch here. And the mission of the overall NAACP is to fight for the civil rights of all persons of color here, like social, political, and economic rights here too. So we carry that mission here locally.
Yeah. So people can get more information from your Facebook page, from the NAACP's Facebook page, and you have your videos there. And will you be making more videos?
Well, essentially, we're going to be. Yeah, I would say like not.
It's
well,
part
not
of
just,
like your kind of.
Yeah, it would be more for like other events going on here too, because we know it's not just the Freedom Fund we're promoting. We also have another event coming up on Saturday.
I want to ask you about this. This event is for men.
Yeah, this is going to happen on Saturday, this Saturday at the Carol Klum's BECA Center. It's going to be at 3 o'clock here, 3 to 7 o'clock here, and this is an event for Black and Latino men to really emphasize like the mental health of men here too. We're going to have a presenter, we'll have a panel of medical experts here, and there'll be a dinner service there too as well. So we're promoting events like that too, and then any other events that we're going to have here, we're going to put them on the page too as well. And then also for nationals too, if they're like doing some like seminars, like we just shared a seminar that they're going to be doing for the month of September to help people like be civilly engaged here and to give you the tools for that. So we're also paying attention to those other things too.
Well, that's really exciting that the local that the NAACP is going to become more in the media, using media to reach out to younger people too, and kind of recognizing that there is an urgency now to get involved. So thank you for that. We're talking today to Aaron Woodman from the Oneida County NAACP. The Circle of Strength, a night of brotherhood and wellness, will take place this Saturday at 3 p.m. at the Carol L. Klum Center. The 2025 NAACP Branch Freedom Fund Dinner will be held on Sunday, November 2nd. When we come back, we'll be joined by Pete Colter, author of The Endless Fall. I'm Ron Klopfenstein. You're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. I'll have more after the break. This is Ron Klopfenstein. You're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. On the next Hot Seat Media Monday, our guest will be local radio legend Scott Carr. He'll be here along with our own John Steeman to talk about 100 years of WIBX radio. That'll be Monday, September 15th. On Monday, September 22nd, we'll be joined by some of the cast and crew of the Ark's Alice in Wonderland on stage. Then, Monday, September 29th, we'll be joined by my friend Betsy Snyder, who's running for Supreme Court, and Miss Cleo Cupid herself, Beth Doxeter, the great burlesque performer producer. But now, Pete Colter joins us here in the studio. He's also here with comedian JWatch. Pete is the author of The Endless Fall. And Pete, I've been over the weekend. I read your book about a week ago, and then over the weekend I was watching some of your interviews you've done with other media, and there's always something to be said for a work of art that's produced by such. You went through such pain, I think, in your life to produce this work of art. That almost like that has to be considered when we consider the work itself, the text itself. So maybe. Can you talk a little bit about what is the Endless Fall about to you, and how did it come about?
Well, thank you for having me on the show first and foremost. It really came about because I started writing screenplays a couple of years ago to kind of sort of just get into the niche of doing it, and when I sent them out to different companies, Lionsgate and New Line Cinema. They came back and they said they can't accept unsolicited screenplays, and getting a manager is ridiculously expensive.
Really hard. Yeah.
So I just decided I would take I would adapt them into novels, and I really wrote it because of my daughter. She just turned 15, and it kind of sort of at that age. There's a lot of things going on with teenagers and school and bullying and life in general. And I was hoping that maybe it could, kind of sort of help her.
What did you want to tell her?
That she's loved, first and foremost. She doesn't really have an issue with it, per se. She doesn't suffer from depression or anything like I did. Yeah. But I noticed that she was reading a lot of books, and it was just kind of sort of a way to get closer to her, I think.
Yeah, so she's a reader herself, so you wrote a book for her to read.
Yeah.
So describe the process of writing the novel, and what is the novel about for our listeners?
It's about a 15-year-old girl named Ivy Walker who suffers through abuse from her parents, drug abuse. Her parents are addicted to alcohol and heroin. Her father's very much not in the story, but her mother is extremely abusive towards her. Sometimes physically, more and less mentally. And she also goes through poverty. They're a very poor family. And she has a little brother that she has to take care of named Ethan, who is malnourished and he's just not taken care of. No attention is given to him. And with all of that, she has to deal with that and school and everything else. And it's really about her struggle to find and keep Jesus in her life.
So, what impact did writing this have on you? You know, like, you're writing a book about such, like, dark themes. It kind of reminded me a little bit about, I think it was called The Precious. With the movie, there's a...
Yes.
And I'm thinking, like, as you wrote this, it must have been really hard to write. Not just actually, like, the craft of writing a thing,
right.
but, like, for you to, like, live this again, like, this character, you know.
Yeah.
What, did that take a toll?
It did. It took a mental toll. It took me about 8 months fully to write it, which
What was
really
the process
wasn't really that
like?
long.
Did you take notes, or?
I had written it about 45 pages of a screenplay, and then I decided I'm just going to adapt it into a novel, so I'll just finish it after I adapt this. And adapting the 45 pages took like 3 months on its own.
Well, I mean, like, the process of when you're in the midst of writing the book, and, like, when you're writing something, you're so immersed in it. Like, when you're creating art, you're very immersed, and, like, you're immersed in kind of like this kind of darkness.
Yeah.
What was that like for you as someone who's recovering, you know, from addiction yourself and who suffers from depression? I mean,
right.
Yeah. How did you approach this in such a way that it didn't negatively impact you?
Well, I made sure to keep God with me the whole time throughout the whole writing process. There was a couple of times when you get really kind of deep into Ivy's nightmares of her own suicide and stuff like that really did hit home with me, and it kind of brought me back to those days. But my life, my perspective now on things is a lot different. I don't view things as harshly anymore as I used to, and you know, I have my kids, and
so someone reading the book, who is Ivy? Like, what happens, or like, what in the book, like, what is to tell the readers, like what is it that we follow her through?
Well, you follow her through some of the worst conditions you can think of. Extreme poverty, being bullied, you know, and lucid dreaming, depression, manic depression. And I took that all from my own life.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, why read the book?
Well, basically, people that would want to read the book, or people that it would be, you know, shown to or given to, would be the people that are struggling to find the reason to get out of bed in the morning.
And, like, they can find strength from, like, the example of this character. Jay, why don't I bring you in a conversation? I mean, you're also an artist too, and, you know, I think you understand the impact of creating art sometimes from tragedy.
Yeah, that's well, the best songs are the ones that are traumatic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you take, you know, that song by Carrie Underwood, She's a Sweet Girl, and I always keep getting her mixed up with Taylor Swift. But that song with I dug my key to his, you know,
not or something, I think it is, right? Is that who that is?
The car and everything, like that's emotional response to a traumatic event. You know, so we don't really know what triggers it until it be triggered.
Right.
You know, and so when you get to that point, you put that pen and write it down immediately.
Yeah.
So you don't forget how you felt in that moment.
Right.
And that's how I write. I write in real time.
Yeah.
Is it therapeutic for you to write?
Yeah, it is. It helped me get through a lot of tough times.
So writing this is a way for you kind of like to purge it. It's not like, because sometimes like when I write stuff or when I'm working on a story, like for me it kind of becomes the opposite. Like I kind of steer like way into it and you very immersed. But like for you must have had to like kind of protect yourself going into
a little bit.
This.
Yeah, I had to make sure I wasn't going too far off the deep end, and I didn't want to make it unrealistic.
How would you have known if you were?
My attitude, the way I would have thought about things throughout the rest of the day. You know, I would have felt that deep depression inside of me. stuff that I've been trying to get rid of for years now.
What do you do to get rid of that?
Pray. I turn to God a lot. That's basically my thing now. It's helped me. He saved me, I believe.
So, and that's also helped you from you've talked about your suicide attempts and drug addiction and stuff.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the writing is something that you're going to continue to do in terms of with this genre or this theme or with this kind of theme?
I think so. I think I might stay on this theme for the next maybe one or two, and then after that I might steer off into a different avenue, because I've written a bunch of screenplays, and not all of them are depressing. Not all of them are about the teenage angst.
Right.
Some of them are horror movies. Some of them are more action, more living life type things. So it all depends on which way I go.
Do you feel like a lot of some of the problems that you had really kind of stemmed from your teenage times?
Yeah.
Is that why?
Probably,
Is that kind of why that was that kind of the source of your interest in a character that age?
Yes.
To kind of see
Yes.
to kind of re-examine your
during
own.
the teenage years, it's the hardest years of a person's life, really.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things to deal with, and there's a lot of not feeling secure in your own skin.
Yeah.
And I think that really is one of the main reasons why her journey to find and keep Jesus in her life is so important. And, a lot of people can say, Jesus is, it doesn't work for me and it doesn't do this. But there's a lot of people that say it does.
Yeah, and it's worked for you.
It has incredibly worked for me. Yeah.
What was your daughter's response to the book?
She just finished it, actually, and she gave me a whole rundown on it. She said it was fantastic. She loved it. She asked me when the next one's coming out, so that's usually a good
Did it give you an opportunity to talk to each other about these things?
It gave us an opportunity to kind of just sit and have a conversation of, this is where my life was when I was younger.
Right.
And these are the different circumstances I dealt with that you don't have to deal with.
Yeah.
But she also knows people that are going through things like that. And it's hard to be, when you're not in it, it's kind of hard to be empathetic or give some kind of advice that can get those people through those times.
Right.
And really all it's just, you have to have a heart.
Yeah. It probably gives you a sense of authority to talk about these things that you've experienced.
Yeah.
So that's so excuse me. When you write about it, you really can talk about where you're coming from. So
yeah. And I do. I went through a lot of stuff. I was an alcoholic for many years, and I'm 2.5 years now sober. So I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I think that once you start to take yourself out of your life and view it in a different perspective,
right,
your life doesn't seem as bad as some other people's lives, and then you start to understand empathy. You can understand what other people go through.
Well, reading can do that too. And writing, I'm sure, can do that too.
It definitely does.
Yeah. So what are you working on, Jay?
What am I not working on?
Well, you have a new book there. That
This is
the book,
this is a new book from somebody I just met. Had no plug, shameless plug, and it's autographed.
Yeah. Well, we can relate to writing to get stuff out.
Yeah.
You gotta talk. 'Cause I have to cough, Jay. So you gotta keep talking.
You can cough. Well, I
feel it coming. It crept back in the cough.
Lyrical Linguini is my workshop book. That's a series right now. 7 chapters each, 14 pages. Each chapter has a blank section for a reflection section, and you write about the chapter. The more you live in your life, the more of the chapter you'll catch. It's for everybody.
So is this a book?
It's a lyrical dossier.
It's a what?
Lyrical dossier.
Oh, I like that.
Of my
Lyrical
life.
dossier.
Yes.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. The more that you live life in whatever way, then you'll catch the meaning inside the meanings.
I like that. I think that's quite true. Most books too. The more you lived your life, the more you put into it. Beat, where do you get this book, this Endless Fall?
You can grab it on Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com, or you can go to Barnes and Noble in New Hartford and pick up a copy.
You've been doing some book signings too.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot, actually.
So what's that like to do book
It's
signing?
awesome, to be
It
honest.
must be.
It's nice to meet other people. Some of them who have already read the book. Some of them show up with the book.
Nice.
Actually, a lot of them showed up with the book at the last one I did, and I
great.
was kind of floored by it.
Yeah.
And they, most of them have read through the whole thing, and then they talk to me about it, and it's nice to hear other people's stories. It's good to hear somebody say, I was feeling like crap before I read this, and now I kind of feel like
I was going to
I
say,
can get up tomorrow.
I'll bet you heard a lot from people who felt like empowered by the
I've heard
book.
a couple, yeah.
Yeah,
I've heard a couple.
I mean the impression you wanted to make on your kid, I'm sure it makes on others too, like to keep going and stuff.
I just want somebody to wake up and feel like they have a purpose.
Keep going, yeah.
Yeah, keep going, because you never know what's going to happen 5 minutes from now.
Right.
You really don't.
Right.
Your life can be horrible in the dumpster, garbage.
Right.
But it is that way mostly 50% in my opinion, because it's viewed in that way.
Right.
If you can take yourself out of that area,
You can
try to
always
find
turn things
something that's
around.
stronger than yourself,
Yeah.
you could probably
Right.
make it through it. And then who knows what's in store for you,
Yep. What's your secret, Jay, to keep going?
People.
Yeah.
And I actually have a song for your book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, on Instagram, go to my page. A second, it's called "I See You," and it's about like this.
Oh,
Cool.
Sounds good.
Cool. So you're already working on your next book?
Yes.
And you're
my
working on
next
your
one
book too,
is,
right?
Yeah. Well, it's done.
Oh.
Right, the first part is done already. They're all done. I got the first publisher done for the first one.
Wow.
And I'm weighing them out. I'm letting them sweat to get to give the rest of
I
them.
want to get published. So what's your thing with Tubi? What's your Tubi thing, Jay?
Oh, that's called Rent a Ride.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's really cool. That's such great stuff.
Yeah.
You guys are doing great things here. Your books and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? A lyrical dossier?
Dossier.
I love that lyrical dossier. So, guys, check out Pete's book there. Our guests today were Tina Parzych and Ashley Pace from the Pride of Westmo Marching Bands. Totally rad 80s prom gone bad. Aaron Woodman from the Oneida County NAACP. And Utica Creative Reuse's Stone Soup Community Art Project. And Pete Colter was here, author of The Endless Fall. And comedian JWatch was here too. If you want to hear the show again, if you want to see the YouTube version of the pre-recorded segments and feature stories, we'll have the videos and podcasts of the show online Wednesday at uticaphoenix.net/meeting in one day. Our sound engineer is Jonathan Brooks. He's DJ J-Easy. He's up next with the Easy Ride Home. Jimmy Hill records the show for YouTube and podcasts. Lily Christopher is our associate producer. Nabil Khan is our entertainment correspondent. And I'm Ron Klopfenstein. I'll be back next week with another Hot Seat Meeting in one day.